Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Timber Chill on the Lakes map. We have just survived the third bad tide in a row. Let's roll the clock there. So we're gonna try to wait for most of the bad tide to flush out this way. Before the next bad tide, we need to fix the issue of it flooding over this way. We have fixed the issue of it flooding over this way, so not have to worry about that anymore, at least until we try to raise this general level up to here, which is our goal. We have 6 unwell beavers. Things are drying out. When we see fresh water flush through here, we'll go ahead and open everything up and let things... Looks like I can already let this one open up. And that is flushing some of this bad water out. But we're gonna have to let some through anyway, so let's go ahead. We replaced this with fill valves now. So targeted height 90. Come on through. It's coming through this way, which is good. Targeted height 85. As soon as we finally get some flow here, we will go ahead and just unlock that. No contamination came through here. I guess what we need is another set of fill valves to basically control this flow. Don't quite have power hooked up here yet. Oh, a little bit of flooding. Alright, let's mark you down to 70. So there's some natural flow through this area. Flush that out. I should go ahead and let... need to get rid of this. Try to flush out some of this. But what do we need now for now we can undo these. So that... Yeah, I need to get my head around the whole idea of what... So with two different sources feeding into essentially the same area, do I want to separate these two? I guess I could technically flush that tide out this way. Or even this way? We'll have this one solved though. What I do need to do is I need a way of flushing this out, so throttling valve here for now. So that will go up there, this will flow out. We can flush fresh water a little bit before we open this again. So that'll kind of work for that. Yeah, I will kind of want to get control of these various connections. Alright, let's block you again. So do I want... What kind of flood control do I want over here? And we still haven't connected this up. Oh, we need logs. Alright, what do I need for a constant flow out this way? I need to not be flowing the water out here. Okay, that's the problem. Because then it'll force its way through here eventually, and then drive these. Alright, this is more complicated than I think I appreciated. Contaminated beavers. We're just waiting on the logs now. These are starting to grow up. Good, good. Alright, we can get that lumberjack going. Make sure these guys are filled. Yep. Let's get one more over here. Alright, start chopping trees. Do I even need anything here? Trying to think of what can get the most control. Of what we have now. So being able to get up to this level is going to be a thing. Go ahead and finish that demolition work. Getting this in will protect. So let's go up. And then we'll put in what level do we want this at? Potentially up 2 levels. Wow, those are already nice. So we would want do I need? I can't remember if I need two levels if I want this to go up to the next level. I think I do. Plus I have more metal than I have. And then we need to do the same. Because I can't have this flow out this way, but we can put in fill valves and levees here. But now we need to get to there. Got a lot of trees in the way. Alright, that'll allow us to raise this level up to here. Eventually. Still need to do a lot of work around here. Don't need anything quite for that yet. We are also now... Unpause that. Unpause you. We need to get water in here again. Let's put in a second flag here. We need some farming going on here, probably just carrots. Anti-famine, more of an anti-famine thing than a than being about So 51 on this. And we're up to 93 in this one. Now the goal of 108. Zero beds available. The logs are still our downfall. 10 unemployed beavers, alright. Let's chop down these pine trees. Make room. And looks like we can afford to put in another over here. Not getting much power here. Well, a little bit. It's not quite sure what the best settings for all this would be. Go up to 85 there. Because that's at this level. If we force the water to go this way, then we get more power out of those. Do I want to go ahead and link these? At this point, I don't think there's a problem with it. So let's do it. Yeah, those you can get to either side. Here we have to be a little more careful. Demolish. Got some greenery going on there. Dynamite is in place here. Now we can put in the discharge. Green that up, and then we can start planting some crops over here. We want to start doing chestnuts, so we can roast some chestnuts. I want to start putting in larger warehouses. Do we want another large pump and large water tank? Yeah. Alright, for long term. I'll also bring water closer to the housing. Yeah, 60 horsepower each. It's still a lot of it's going around this way. We are getting pretty good flow through here. Eight injured beavers, wow. They don't quite have access to that yet. We can, let me go ahead and destroy that. Unemployed beavers. But we do need, well, I did put in 4. Yeah, even with 4 of those running. Lots of injuries. Let's make sure you guys pick those up. What we need is those two to be high priority. Then they can get up here. And then we can start tearing down a lot more of these. Where do I want to put some more beds? 13, wet fur. Yeah, not as many are crossing the rivers anymore. Alright, so what do we need? Okay, 24 open beds now. Alright, that clears that out. Then we can get rid of all these. Prioritize recovery. Alright, that'll be our complete beaver miniums for now. We do need more beds. Well-being, medical beds. Ooh. Yeah, we'll leave them there. I do probably need a couple of grindstones as well. I can put one under there. Right. The third one there. Now we can start molding this to our needs. So we need 9 total food. So carrots, sunflower seeds, grilled potatoes, grilled chestnuts, grilled sparadoc bread, cattail crackers, maple pastries, and then also berries for emergencies. Plus we need berries for the antidote. So we're going to have one of each of the huge warehouses for those. Let me go ahead and unlock the underground pile too. Want to start building those. So, this will be our food industrial area. Okay, logs are actually coming up. Is it mostly over here? Over here. And how are you guys doing? We've got ways to go. It'll be a while before all these grow up and they can actually get some logs. But when they do get them, it's like they're making the trek. No, it's it's reachable. Get your food, get your water. Now we want to be able to put this medium storages over here with each type of food. So they have it in relatively easy reach. And then we want to have the mass storages over here. And that would be for distribution to the rest of the map, other districts and stuff. So for example, we are making bread there. Grilling spatter dock there, so storage, large storage. Let me put that right up against the back there. So we will do bread here. Do grilled spatter dock up here. But now we have to get up there. Now, how do I want to approach that? Can come at it this way. Then once we clear this out, grilled spatter dock. Once this is built, we'll empty this one out. Then we could put 2 more warehouses back here. That'll be 4 of the 9 we need. So much building to do though. Just short of logs. Yeah, these guys are doing the task. Alright, how are builders doing? Hauling post is full. Builder's hut is full. That's full. 29 unemployed beavers, alright. Is that gonna matter? No. I think, yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, power-wise, I think that any new windmills we need to put up will have to be the big ones. And then some gravity batteries. Got this space here. Need to leave a space. Let's see, and then gravity batteries. Well, let's get the big windmill. We got so much science. Impermeable power shaft. Clutch. Not sure exactly what a clutch could be used for. Yeah, but we want to go up. Okay, it's 3 wide. No, 2 wide. Oh, okay. It was looking like it was 3 wide when I held an angle there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here can fit. But we want to go up even higher. And then we'll do the gravity batteries. I guess I gotta do it in a pretty specific order. No, here's what I do. So I can build them. Go up one more. That way I can have a path under there. So now I need... And now we have stairs up. Path underneath here. Gravity batteries up here. But now I need to hook them up. So I need a vertical shaft. horizontal, and a bunch of verticals. Okay, I'll eventually get what I need. I think we need another builder's hut. Alright, where are you gonna go? Back this way. Yeah, we'll go all the way back there. Alright, you get highest priority. Haulers, got a bunch of you. You guys are almost done here. So if we get another bad tide, might be able to test this one. Now the question is, how do I keep... How do I fill this up with flow here? Okay, got the same amount. There's excess flow. That's the question, is getting complete control over my water flow. That I'm not positive of. Still some tricks I need to learn for this map. It's all coming from too many different directions at once. I probably need to also prioritize these beds. Just have too many injured beavers. Get these done. At least have some logs to just need to get them to where they need to go. Next project is probably using this for power. For contaminated beavers. Okay, they're finally working on the beds. 'Tis but a scratch. Okay, 4 in there, 4 over here. Still need rooftop terraces. Okay, these are coming up again. Alright, looking pretty good here. Still still have the bad tide coming out of this. Oh, and this is coming along. I just need to figure those out. Why is so much of the flow coming through here? Alright, can I raise this? Not cause too many issues? This should slow this down. Speed this flow up. That's already at 0.95. Still 4 injured beavers. Okay, merely a drought this time. That's causing a little bit of issue. Alright, let's... Yeah, the flow keep surging. Food 1.4k. So we're kind of at the limits of our... Except for sunflower seeds, we're not creating enough of those to actually store. We definitely could increase that. But now that we have these water dumps, we have more potential farmland. Lots and lots of water, so water is not an issue. That is almost done, just waiting for some logs. And then we should be able to... Let's go ahead and get rid of that one now. Pick up the materials. Yeah, I have way too many tasks. That's almost done. So in this area, they'd be higher than this. So in this and this, they'll all be one layer higher than this layer. And that's one layer higher than this layer. And that, okay, let's go down one more layer to get out. Then we have fresh water flowing all the way down through here. Bad water here basically just flows out here, and we could just levee this and have it all go that way forever. And then we want this to be a deep reservoir. So this will be our big high reservoir that can supply during droughts. And then as these get built, we'll eliminate these. As they get built and attached. But we're finally getting a decent amount of logs. I should plant some chestnuts. That way we can get roast chestnuts going. Along back here. I'm going to pre-position path here. Yeah, let's put some chestnuts in. And then we can gather and grill them. Make sure we're not going to chop them down. Nope. Then we need cattails to make cattail crackers. Suppose I can get rid of these birch. And replace those with oak. And are we done? Nearly. Okay, we can get rid of the shopping designation there. We need... Yeah, the chopping designation here. Excellent. Alright, that's starting to come along. Okay, all the... Those are ready. Four homeless beavers, oh no! I think we're good on population. We need to finish the food department. Get these batteries going. Get more of the big windmills to supply those batteries. Medium chance of injury. Start clearing those out. And 0.1 days till drought. Oh, okay, we're having a hard time getting our bad water now. That comes around, floods that out. Alright, pause things, so... Right there. Yeah, I should have been letting this come in a little bit higher. Some of that can drain. I'll try to keep this full. Already pretty high there. Oh, this is the one I gotta zap right up to the top there. And then pause the pumping. Yeah, I think we can keep that one going. Seven-day drought. Just enough wind to kind of keep things going. Yeah, to get another source of bad water. Can either go up here. We should clear this and block this off so this fresh water doesn't contaminate this. Or do I eventually want the fresh water here? I guess that's kind of the dilemma there. that's drying up. Zip lines, I think when we get the gravity batteries set up, probably time to start thinking about zip lines. Okay, we're getting... Oh, yeah, we need a path. And then when this one's built, we can then start emptying this out. Logs and planks. Since we're not going to do anything there... That's already marked rear of the spatter dock. Power, power, power. That has dried up. That will keep this all filled. We'll slowly drain this whole area. And then the dams. Alright, so for that, stair down. Alright, at least one of you can be paused. Probably both. Excellent. That has been emptied. Actually, you. Now we put in 2 more of these large warehouses. And for here we'll do... So that was bread. Carrots. And grilled potatoes. Extend the walkway over. We need 9 of those total. So 2 more can go in here. We'll put berries in the bottom there. You will be... What else are we actually making? We have sunflower seeds. We're doing grilled spatterdock. That's already has one though. Grilled chestnuts is coming up. We got berries. So, sunflower seeds. Now we need 3 more. So I could either go... either stack on top. Or we can do 3 in front of these. That's the grilled spatterdock. We could totally... right, 2 grills. Okay, you're the spatterdock. Pine resin, wheat. Oh, I thought I canceled the growing. Oh, canceled the wrong thing. Still want to cut them. Don't want to replant. Then we'll put the log, the very large log thing in here. Get rid of this one. Planks. Can I get rid of this plank maker yet? Probably. Alright, I want to prioritize this section. Alright, get these prioritized. The construction priority, not... Alright, there we go. So we can get those and replace a lot of this. Alright, that's cleared. Storage, alright. Huge underground pile. That can go there. That will be logs. And then we can get rid of this one. Once one of these is built, this is the spatter dock, we can get rid of this. We need a place for the raw spatter dock, so the haulers can bring it in. So let me get rid of the path on top of here. Put in a baby warehouse. The raw spatter dock. And we want to obtain from other. Holy cow, look at the 108 beavers here. When they rush out in the morning, that's that's a big rush. Yeah, then we can face the other 3 warehouses we'll need. Face them towards this aisle. And then we'll put medium ones closer to here. So that'll be what they'll eat out of. And then when these fill up, then they can supply other districts. But we definitely need to expand our food production. Even having a little bit of food production in the other districts will help a lot. And then this is done. So next bad tide we can ship most of this one out here. So next time we'll plan this operation. Get them going on that. I need to automate this whole system and figure out where I want the water flowing, where I want it coming from. What I probably need to do is have it all go through a set course. But anyway, that will do it for episode 9 of Timber Chill on the Lakes map with the folktales. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Till then, bye bye.